A lot of people think that the military is hard and that it's difficult to really be successful in the military. But if you have these three traits, I promise, having a successful military career is easy. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Military Bred, where we talk to military people about military things. I'm your host, Patrick Montgomery, aka Mott, and if this is your first time tuning in to the channel, please like and subscribe, click the bell notification to be notified whenever new content is being uploaded. But let's dive into it. A lot of people feel like the military is tough and it's just a hard environment to kind of excel in. But I hate to break it to you, by having these three necessary traits, I feel like not only will you have a successful career, but man, it'll be super beneficial for you in the end. But number one on that list, and honestly, I will place it at the top above all things, is discipline. Often, a lot of times we come from a background where honestly, we think we got discipline, but we really don't. I feel like the military, going through basic training and AIT, they're getting you prepared for whatever you're going to have to deal with once you make it over to your actual duty station or whatever, to the real army. So while you're going through these trainings, they're actually breaking down all these old habits that you had prior to joining, that you may think is super disciplined, but it's really not. Because oftentimes, like I see it too many times where people claim, oh, I can't take somebody yelling at me. I can't take someone being in my face. I'm gonna react, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do this and that. You can't do that in the military. You think you're gonna do that in the military? I promise you, your military career is gonna be so short. They don't want you to always wear your feelings and emotion on your sleeve. And honestly, I feel even outside of the military, I feel like it's a trait that you should have. No one should be ever able to provoke you and to make you do something, and you can't even control yourself. And oftentimes, even aside from that, a lot of people don't even know how to be tactful with different things. Like, it's always a reaction. In the end, every single time, like, you have no self-control. You can't tell yourself no to something. You always feel like, oh, honestly, I see it so many times, like, you may not even be able to afford a certain kind of lifestyle, but simply because you don't have the self-discipline, you don't have the self-preservation, you don't understand how to tell yourself no. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself no momentarily, simply because so you can, better enjoy your life in the future. But a lot of people just honestly don't have self-discipline. And I feel like for the military to require such a thing, honestly, it's a great thing, because I feel like we all need it. And not everybody honestly learned it at a great age. A lot of people are still trying to figure it out. Man, I know 40-year-olds that have no self-discipline, no discipline whatsoever. But having discipline in the military honestly will set you apart, because it shows how militant that you are. It shows that you are mature enough not only to lead people, but to lead soldiers into war. You need these things to excel in the military, and I feel like that is number one, and that's above all things. Number two, and I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people may not agree, is physical fitness. And the reason I say physical fitness, one, when you're going through basic training at AIT, you're doing PT every day. They're making sure that, you can pass the PT test, that you're physically ready to go to war if the time ever presented itself. But often, a lot of times, people honestly really don't even uphold that. Honestly, before I got in the military, I was fit before, when I was playing football or whatever in high school. But after I left high school, my fitness kind of went, out the door. Like, it got so bad to the point when I joined, I failed my 2-mile run every single time. Like, I couldn't run for nothing. But honestly, let's be real. What black person just wake up in the morning and just be like, I think I'm gonna go running today? I can't recall, honestly. I can't recall at all. But having physical fitness plays a big role, simply because if you're able to, honestly, to maintain your physical fitness as you're going throughout the regular army or whatever, it's playing alongside your discipline. It's showing that, I'm willing to put in that extra time to take care of myself. It looks good for you in the end, because it shows that, I care about how I look physically. I care about, working on myself outside of, doing my daily activities or whatever. And ultimately, even on your PT test or whatever, when you're going up for different ranks or whatever, they look at your PT test because they want to see, like, all right, are you within Army standards? Are you performing at a high enough level to where I think it's necessary for us to move forward, with you into your next rank? And honestly, a lot of times, that's going to play against the third trait that I'm going to give you. But often, a lot of times, just by having a high PT score, you have a tendency to get better treatment in the end. It's crazy, but it's true. And having a good physical fitness is great for you in the end too, because it's so many people that I've seen once they get in the military, they may come in fit, but after that, man, everything just goes. And by having that, it's showing that you actually care about your job. Number 3 is going to be, honestly, teamwork and collaboration, because the military is a team sport. And I mean, the military isn't a sport. I mean, it's a real thing. It's a real career, whatever. But being a team player is going to play such a big role, because so many people feel like they can get by on their own. In actuality, you're not finna get nowhere, especially not as fast as you can get somewhere with having a team, having people to support you, having a great support system. Like, it's gonna pay off in the end. Befriend everybody, be cool with everybody, because you never know when you're gonna need those people. And I feel like even once you get in and you get out the military, even now, it feels different, because the teamwork that you get in the military is so different. The camaraderie, that's one thing I can honestly say that I miss from the military, is that, how close and how knitted everyone is, especially, if you're in the same platoon. Like, everybody feels like family. And I feel like you need these different things, because there's going to be times and things that happen in the military, and you're just going to be like, bro, I don't even know how I'm going to make it. And honestly, having that support system, having that team to surround you, to build you up, is going to push you into your end game. It's going to push you to the end, and it's going to make you to continue your military career, even when those days come where you're just like, I'm just ready to say, I'm done with it all. But by having that team, man, it's going to get you through it. But honestly, that was the last trait to give you guys today. I feel like those traits are necessary to have in the military. Just kind of keep them on top of your mind as you progress. And I promise you, you will have a successful military career. But outside of that, till next time, military Bred, y'all. Let's eat.